Here's to the dude down the street with the garage band. The folks standing on the street corner asking for change. Change. It's something we all need. But until things get a little better, listen to the music play. Where in the world is Megan's new music? Ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear my voice, then that means you have made it to yet another Friday night on unrestrictedradio.com. We're back for some homegrown talent. It's Where in the World is Megan's new music. And I tell you what, I am so happy we get to spend it together. We're in the deep pits of fall, ladies and gentlemen. It's officially spooky season. The jack-o'-lanterns are starting to get cut up. The decorations are going up. It's truly a fun time of year to go out and do something and be something that you aren't usually during the year. I like dressing up because it's a way for me to kind of escape my responsibilities. And, you know, even though I'm an adult, I do enjoy getting myself some free candy. Now that I got a kid, I can go trick-or-treating again, so this is really cool. We have an amazing show tonight, folks. I have one of the best metal acts that I have had the honor of meeting, and I've got some really good tracks sent in from some of our favorites. Before we get them on the line, I don't want to waste too much time tonight because I've got a lot of really great stuff that I want to share with you. So why don't we go ahead and open tonight's show with the song that got me started. I released this song back in 2014. I was only 19 years old, and I went out to New York City, and I recorded it with Mad Hands Records. And it got me some pretty decent places. So I hope you enjoyed as much as I enjoyed making it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Free by Megan Pennington.
Clothes and a pack of smokes. On a Wednesday, cleaned up, took my stuff and said goodbye. Oh, just wanted to cry. There were no more fights, no more sleepless nights, no more begging you to stay. I don't have to cry over a goodbye. I have a chance to take a breath. There's no more feeling low.
ladies and gentlemen, that was my debut single, Free. I released it in 2014, and I have been doing a whole lot since. And I have you guys to thank for all of the great memories. I hope you enjoyed that song. It was a really great one to make with a lot of really talented and experienced musicians that really helped me kind of learn the do's and don'ts of the recording world. And I'm very thankful for that experience. It was awesome. Speaking of awesome experiences, I did get to spend some time out in Chicago. And while I was out in Chicago, I met one of the kindest drummers and one of the kindest people that I've ever met in my life, Mr. Dan Keller. He works with a band called Wonderlic, and they're really, really making some moves out there in the Chicagoland area. If you haven't heard them yet, you are going to fall in love with them. I am certain of that. So why don't we go ahead and move right along to Shiver by Wonderlic here on Where in the World is Megan's New Music.
Locked inside a place with nowhere to go.
was Shiver by Wonderlic. I want to say thank you for sticking around. I love those guys, and I told you that you'd be in love with them as well. I aim to please. All right, I'm going to throw a double feature at you next here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do a Scar Fire double feature. We're going to play On Top by Kid Dreams, followed by Where You Stand by the Big MG. Both are aspiring young rappers from the Pittsburgh region. Both have incredible talent, and I just cannot wait to see what they've got in store for their future. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and take a listen to both of the rap artists on the Scar Fire record label.
I just switch it. Yeah, I just switch it. Switch it. I just switch it and mix it and get it up in the air, and then I miss it and lick it and spark it up in the glare. Hit it and rig it, then I throw hands like a pair. Puff it and shove it like it's a bomb up in a bear. Pack it and rack it like it's a gun up in here. Surrender because you are gonna need a place. Hey, swerve it and curve it like it's a pottery vase. Depression coming at you like you are a disgrace. Anxiety's attacking, damn, you need a pace. Like damn, damn, damn. Like damn, damn, damn. Like damn. I need a second before I come with my weapons, holding them up high so I can't get a pension. Fucking with me, that's an issue, you can feel the tension. Blam blam with my gun, you can't hear a thing. Lyrics are so bomb, that's why you can't even think. I'm pushing boulders in the mountains like a king. Niggas try so hard to mess with my fucking blank. 2 shots in the gut, I promise you it will sting. Maybe go around and eat it up like some bangs. Don't fuck around, this ain't no TV screen. I'm trying to spread my message, is that what it seems? No, it doesn't. So come with me and I will give you a dozen, and maybe a cousin. So first I spit and then I hit it like a muffin. This ain't your imagination, I ain't bluffing. I wear armor every day so I can feel toughened, but that shit doesn't work, so I take some Robitussin. I'm a chemical mixer, I don't take discussions. And matter of fact, you can't take your drugs, and maybe you should shut up because you're plunging. And this is just one of many, this shit's so abundant.
Swear to God, me and my homies out here getting bands. And if we broke, I swear to God, we take it from your mans. And little bitch, don't act tough and try and throw no hands. Cause if you move wrong, bitch, I'll leave you where you stand. I put you 6 feet in the earth, bitch, I'm a merc. Acting funny like I won't put holes up in your shirt. Catch you lacking in the whip, all you hear is skirt. Put 4 up in his back and watch him hit the dirt. And when that casket close, you already know we getting turned. How we coming with the heaters, bitch, you're getting burnt. I'm out here sinning every day, no, I can't go to church. I got some demons and they all know how them bullets work. Making jokes, lil' ho, yeah, you think that's funny? Bitch, I wanna see you laughing when I'm counting money. I robbed your mans and sold it back, that makes him a dummy. Bitches built like crackheads and they noses runny. Swear to God, me and my homies out here getting bands. And if we broke, I swear to God, we take it from your mans. And lil' bitch, don't act tough and try and throw no hands. Cause if you move wrong, bitch, I'll leave you where you stand. I'm just out here and I'm trying to make a couple stacks. Count some racks, flip some packs, make it double back. All these fuck ass lil' hoes think that I'm a joke. Pull up on me, lil' bitch, I want all the smoke. Put the Glock in his mouth and I make him choke. And if I feel a little frisky, I'ma let it blow. Leave the street painted like my name's Picasso. And if there's a witness, then he gotta go. Talk some shit to me, boy, I'll shoot you in your kitchen. And I'll be laughing when your mama crying that you missing. And at the viewing, let her know it's cause her son was bitching. I got her screaming and she crying like he should've listened. There ain't no smart reason to start beef with me unless you have a death wishing one rap wrapped in a sheet. Run your mouth, go ahead, bitch, I'll break your teeth. I don't play no games, on my soul, this shit ain't sweet. Swear to God, me and my homies out here getting bands. And if we broke, I swear to God, we take it from your mans. And little bitch, don't act tough and try and throw no hands. Cause if you move wrong, bitch, I'll leave you where you stand.
That was On Top by Kid Dreams, followed by Where You Stand by the Big MG. Those kids are going places. Keep an eye on both of them. Make sure you're following them on social media. Help them grow their talent, grow their passion, grow their dreams. They've got it, and I'm so happy that I get to be here at the beginning of it all. And I tell you what, I said it once and I'll say it again. I just cannot wrap my head around the idea that me, and if you know me, you know that what I'm saying is definitely true, but pasty white me, the girl who listens to old country music and smooth jazz, I am the furthest thing away from a hip hop artist, but here I am producing some of the best Pittsburgh rap talent that I've got to hear in a long time, and it's been great. So keep an eye on them. We're gonna keep the show moving right along. I could sit here and talk about both of them all night long, but I don't want to take away from any of our other great musicians. We're gonna take a listen to a song from our friends Cuddle Puddle. We got to hear them on the show a few weeks back, and we love them for sure. This song is one of my favorite ones off their album, Fatberg. This song is called Oh Poor Boy. Let's go ahead and take a listen as I grab our guest for the evening on the line. This is a great night, ladies and gentlemen, here on Where in the World is Megan's New Music.
I like it when you're angry. It's not because you're you. I like it when you're angry, 'cause I really fucking hate you. I'll be the creature, you said, if I do this, will you? All those times you told me I'll be new. Thank you. I think I'm breaking through. You said, if I do this, will you? All those times you told me I'll be new.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you as always for sticking around for yet another episode of Where in the World is Megan's New Music. I have a special treat as always to bring to you to the airwaves. I've got a band coming at us from the southern part of the United States. I'm talking with Rad Ray Terrell. I hope I said that right. Ray, how you doing tonight?
Doing awesome. I'm doing awesome. How's it going? Metal rules.
Metal does roll. We're not doing too bad up here above the Mason-Dixon line. I'm so happy to get you on the line. You've had a busy schedule, it seems, so I'm glad you got to squeeze us in.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. So why don't we go ahead and jump right in? Why don't you go ahead and tell us about yourself and the band you're working with? I want to hear your story.
Okay, cool. My name is Rad Ray Terrell, if I can get that right. I say it all the time, but anyway, I'm the lead vocalist for one of the lead vocalists for MX the American. I live in Oak Hill, West Virginia. That's where I'm located at. The rest of the band is located in Atlanta or around the Atlanta, Georgia area. I was originally formed a band in 1982 under the name MX. Ended up moving from Macon, Georgia, where I formed it, or me, Alan Carden, and Wally Peacock formed the band. I moved up to Atlanta with a guy named Mike Stokes, who was singing at the time. I'd done all the bass tracks on most of all the albums that we have out, which is 9, pretty much, except the last one. And we moved to Atlanta, worked on our first album, put it out in 1986. It's called Made in the USA. In 1988, we put out our second album, which is called Burn. And that's got Richard James Dobbs on it also, who is on this latest album, Appalachia Voodoo Factory. Mike Allen singing, who died at the beginning of the pandemic here. He's with us like 35 years. Also, Sam Couch was on the first album, and he was in a car wreck and was killed this past year also. The third album was put out in 1992, which is called Goeth for What Thou Knoweth. It had Mike Allen, Detlef von Calvin, Joseph Scott Burns, and myself on, along with our engineer, who is named Hugh Harrer. He's done like 6 or 7 of our albums. He does like all the sound and stuff for like Family Feud, Divorce Court, Billy Corgan's pro wrestling and stuff that he has, a bunch of different TV shows and stuff. So he works with us, has been doing that for the last 30 years or 35 years. Put out the 4th album called Into the Depths. That was in 1994, same members at that time. Then we put out our next album, which was an acoustic album. It's kind of like more of an orchestral thing that we put out. I think it's a dozen songs on it. It's called Contagious. Put that out in 1996. In 1998, we put out, we formed a new deal. Me, Detlef, and a guy named Dan Marshall did an album for MX the American. It's called The Lazarus Phenomenon. It's kind of more of an industrial type style music, kind of more in the 9 Inch Nails filter kind of range. And after that, we ended up reformulating and stuff. Got Melvin in the band with Detlef, myself, Sam Couch, who was on the first album, Chris Madsen was on the first album. And we started working on some new tracks, and we worked on them for over a few years. And we ended up putting those out in 2021 or 2020, I'm sorry, during the pandemic. And that's our self-titled album, MX the American. It's got a black face on the front. And then we followed that up with 10,000 Elephants. I had kind of been out of the deal for a little while because my son had been killed in a car in 2016, really screwed me up. I kind of lost everything there for a little while, and which I think any parent would do. It's my only kid too. And he was grown, he's 30. But anyways, killed in a car on the way home from work. And Detlef, our drummer, and Melvin and everybody's, trying to get me back into doing everything, which finally I turned the depression back into a positive. That's when we ended up putting out those 2 albums. We ended up altering the name of the band at that time also, from MX to MX the American. Made it a lot easier to find on download sites. All right. Anyway, we can find ourselves on download sites and different, it's easier to, the name MX is binary. M is 1,000 in Roman numerals, X is 10. Anybody that logged in when the internet came about, you could control the name, even though we owned it in Washington, D.C. So finally, instead of all the harassment and the hassle with different bands using the name, we added the American to our name because me and Melvin are also American veterans, and everybody in the band's American, and us dedicated behind our country and stuff. So we did that. It actually helped out everything, established exactly who we are. Nobody's got to say USA or Brazil or whatever they say behind the name of the bands that they used, or anybody using the name MX. So we did that, and here we are today. We signed a deal with Curtain Call Records the beginning of the year or the end of last year. Just put out this new album in July 4th, called Appalachia Voodoo Factory. And right now it's doing very well on the in Europe and Australia and United States, Canada, and South America. So we're doing real good on that. And we just did Metal in the Mountains Festival in Pipestone, West Virginia, which was very successful. That was an awesome, awesome show that we did there. And I mean, all the bands brought it to the table at that festival. Along with 2 weeks later, we did Blue Ridge Rock Festival with a lot of different, real killer bands that, that everybody knows, such as, like Dying Oath, 434. I mean, a lot of different bands. I mean, there's a lot of different people, Pigweed. I hate to name a lot of bands because I'm leaving out some people because, I mean, everybody did great at that festival. It started off a little shaky, but it turned into a phenomenal thing. So we just got that done. And right now we're working on a new video on a song called Enemy right now.
Wow, that is awesome. You have definitely been busy for quite a long time. I got to be honest, I've been in the music game since 2014 professionally. And it's tough out there trying to make it for yourself, doing without the help of the label and things of that nature. And I aspire to be able to say one day, years from now, that, I've put in nearly, half as much as footwork as you guys have put in. So that is really cool. And it's nice that you called back to 434. We just got to meet those guys a couple weeks ago. So it's awesome that you were both on the bill for that Blue Ridge Rock Festival.
Yeah, they're great guys. I know that. I mean, like I say, the music, all the bands around the area and stuff, I mean, I would say the Appalachia area, from Atlanta all the way up to New York and all, I would say all over the country pretty much have, worked together a lot, but definitely in this area, Virginia, Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia, the West Virginia area, every bands are just really a lot tighter, it seems like, as far as close knit with each other. Everybody bumps into each other a lot more. There's less amount of people, I would say, than the big city all the time. And so it's more of a family oriented type thing, Every time I go somewhere now, it's like, hey, Rad Ray, what's going on? And it makes you feel good, and you're the same way when I walk up, hey, Mindy, what's happening? Hey, Scott, what's going on? It's just really cool. I like it.
Yeah, that is definitely true about this part of the United States. I see that here up in Pennsylvania, and I traveled my way over to the Midwest. And while, yeah, there's definitely groups of people, you can definitely see there's a disconnect in the community aspect of the industry. And it's sad, it really is sad that there are places in the world that people are working their tails off right next to each other and may not ever even realize who they are.
Exactly. Don't even know who you are. The big thing is everybody's got to get out. I know that there's a troubling time and all this, with this pandemic and stuff. And you got to be careful, but watch your P's and Q's, be careful when you're out there and about, and go out and support the bands, seed bands, sit around, and not worry about just being in competition with each other. Work together as a family. That's the big thing that we like right there,
Absolutely. Family is what it's all about, no matter what it is you've got going on in life. I've always been a firm believer of that.
Yes.
Well, Rad Ray, I would love to go ahead and listen to one of your tracks. We've got time for 3 this evening. So which one would you like to start with?
Coming Home's fine.
Awesome. Tell us
It
about
doesn't
Coming
matter
Home.
any of them. We love them all. So
well, let's start with the best known one, Coming Home. Tell us about that song.
That song, Coming Home, is about when well, there's a lot of different parables on it, but like for me, it's like when I wrote that, it's like when I'm coming up the road up here and I've been out of town for a long time, and and I'm coming back in, and I get around a certain curve and you look at everything and you're like, oh, wow, that's so cool there. And man, there's things have changed around here and stuff. And, things are beautiful or, just the different things. And then you look up here and you see that porch light through the tree leaves and stuff as you're pulling up early in the morning. And it's just, that you are where you belong when you see that and you feel you're encompassed by your surroundings and stuff like that. And within yourself, you're coming home, let alone to your physical house, but you're at a place that you love, a place that you want to be within your heart and where you're at physically. That's basically where, when I was writing that song right there, I had that, that kind of feeling and that inspiration to write that.
Well, I absolutely love that. And I know all too well that feeling of pulling up the street and seeing that porch light and just feeling like you did a job well done. So let's go ahead and take a listen to Coming Home by MX The American here on Where in the World is Megan's New Music.
Yo, let's come into this house of fun. Let's come into this house of pain. Let's come into this house of rain. Y'all ready? Come on, let's roll. Feel the sun as it beats down on my face. Hot as a blade. Yes, we feel like that I really belong in this place. Check it out. The wind blowing as I wipe the sweat from my face. Wipe the sweat on my face. As I breathe in the beauty of this immaculate place. Hillbilly shine. Got you down on your knees. Somebody pray for me, please. We get you in the cumulus and everybody stopping up 'cause everybody got what they need. Back up. The cold night, the frost makes me shiver. Cold as hell. I grab my jacket in the bright, bright moonlight. True blood. See a shooting star falling far. Shooting star falling far. As I look up ahead and I see my porch light. Like a shine. Coming home to get you down on your knees. Coming home to get somebody pray for me, please. Coming home to get you down on your knees. Check it out now, don't stop now. We about to take it to the motherfucking house now. Back to the bone, bring it back home. Back to the bone like that. Put you in the middle, can't get away. Got the temple from the menu and I'm serving it up. I'm about to flip this fucking jack into the gun and the dust. I'll make you think that you were dreaming while you're making you believing it's the season for the reason that we're masking it up. First stop is West Virginia with the mountain and hill. Coming home still shaking straight on the battlefield. Now I'm happy and I'm facing from the state of Appalachia. I'ma show you how to get ya with a pretty little tiny little titty little tata. Man up, let's rock.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Coming Home by MX the American, and that is one killer tune. Thank you for sharing that, Rad Ray.
Yes, no problem, no problem. I appreciate you having us on, or having me on, definitely. You know, that we have a video for that song on YouTube, and you know, I got to give all the fans a thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you again. We have over 285,000 views on that song. I think about 287,000 views in the last 8 months.
Wow.
And that is awesome.
That is absolutely incredible. So that leads me to a very good question here. You know, you've been doing this for a long time, and you've obviously learned the do's and don'ts of the industry. How does somebody promote themselves prior to getting, you know, signed to someone like Curtain Call and rack up those views and those shows and the fans? You know, how did you go about doing it and getting yourself to where you are now?
I get up at 4 o'clock, about 3:30 in the morning, and I turn my phone on, and I get on there as far as promoting now. I mean, I get on Facebook, I start looking at all my messages, and I answer everybody. I print CDs up of my stuff, of our albums, and we actually take those and we contact radio stations. We contact magazines. I mean, some of them you don't hear back from, a lot you do. And you at least contact them to where you can hopefully send an MP3 to them. You got to have that MP3 for the radio station. Is usually not no WAV files. Sometimes somebody might want a WAV, but mostly MP3s. And you got to have all your stuff. You learn that you got to have all your information on each one of those songs correct for them to be able to air it. And once you get that established and you start learning different DJs on different stations and get them to actually playing your stuff, I send out CDs to different DJs and stuff from different programs, because just because you get played on a station once, or somebody says, yeah, we're going to play you on this station, well, that doesn't mean you're in regular rotation. You're getting played that time. You might get played again, but you got to stand out from other bands and stuff, or at least stand out and let yourself be known, whether you're standing out from anybody else or not. Is do something to where people are going to remember you by. I send CDs to different DJs, because there's different programs. They may be 10, 12, 20 programs per station, or more or less, and there's a different DJ for every one of those programs. And you want to try to get on every program that you can. This is a lot of work. This is, believe me, if anybody thinks that they're going to jump out there and every idea they have $1 million, it might be, it may be. I look at my stuff like that too, but to make it that, you got to put a ton of elbow grease and money into this right here. That's the biggest thing right there. Nothing's free in this world. I know it sounds depressing on a lot of things, but you know, I take the negative things and try to turn them into a positive thing. And that makes me even go harder when somebody says you can't. So I get up every day. Melvin, who's another singer in the band here, we jump up every morning, and Della. And we're up and we're on this right here every day, promoting. Now we have Ray Godman in the band, leads our vocals. We got Naughty Styles, who's another lead vocalist in the band, and Jeff Beckman in the band, or I'm sorry, Jeff Bender. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said Beckman. Jeff Bender in the band, who's playing bass, and they get up and they promote stuff whenever they're up as much as they can. But we know more. Melvin may have been in the band longer, so we know more about the band and stuff. So we're out promoting, and you know, that's how you make it happen. I mean, even if you get a deal with a band, a record label, you know, any indie label or any label that's out there, just because they're show interest in you and you sign a contract with them doesn't mean that, all right, we got it made now, we're going to make piles of money. That's what people think that you're doing. Oh, they're making the money now because they got signed. That's untrue. There's not labels out there that's just throwing chunks of money at nobody. That might have used to happen a long time ago if you had some kind of track record from the past or knew the right person or whatever. But once you get signed to a label, that's when the work really starts in. Everything I was saying before is tough, and it's definitely work. But when you get a deal, you got to show your gumption. You got to show, because there's a pile of bands out there ready to get signed to a label, and then they're sitting in their chair waiting for things to happen. It don't happen that way. I mean, if it does, it is a miracle, or just by chance of something that, you know, that's almost non-existent. You have to get up every day and do this. And then when you get that deal, you got to show them that you've got what it takes to, man, make that happen. You got to play shows, you got to do videos. And a lot of these deals are digital deals. You're signing with a label, and they're uploading your stuff, and they're advertising for you to sell your stuff. But, you know, you got videos that you need to do. You got radio, podcast interviews that you need to do yourself. You got TV you need to do. Anything out there, shows, you need to get out there and do those. That right there is a big part of this whole thing. And I know that right there probably just depressed a lot of people, but that is a lot of stuff that you got to do, and you got to do it continuously. And the biggest thing is when you do stuff, record your album. That's another thing you got to do. The biggest thing is recording an album. You got to pay for that and do that, and put that together, and then have that submitted into who's going to distribute it for you. So once you get that deal right there, you got to promote, and then promote. So that's the biggest thing, and that's the biggest help I could probably tell anybody. And, you can't lay down on it. You always have to have something new to put out. Whether don't sling everything that you go record, and then all of a sudden you put it out, and that's it. That stuff's already released now. And now you got to promote singles off of everything, which that's good. But you always have to have something new pictures, new links, new magazine reviews, new radio interviews. I mean, always something to post to keep people seeing you in the new. That's the thing.
That is some solid advice. And I gotta say, putting in all that money, for anybody who is listening, hoping to be, in the shoes of me, or even further, as in the shoes of Rad Ray, it is definitely something that is a full-time investment, and me, I'm a mom, I work a job, I got a whole bunch of other things going on too, but you gotta, just like Rad Ray said, you gotta put it out there, you gotta do everything that's possibly able to be done to get your name out there. There have been times where, anytime I travel, one of my favorite things to do is, if I stop at a gas station or a rest stop, sometimes I've taken stickers, sometimes I've left CDs, sometimes I'll leave a business card. Just
there you go.
Anything in the bathroom to put there, if somebody's washing their hands, oh, well, what is this? Why did somebody
Yeah,
do this?
exactly.
And they pocket it, because people are nebby, and then they pocket it, they take it into their car, and as they're driving down the highway, they're listening to my song. So, anything and everything to get the name out there. And that's really,
we used to have stickers with MX on them. We would pull up to the toll booths, and we'd pull close to the basket where you threw your money, and it would stick a sticker on there, and we'd drive off. You can't do a lot of that now, but we used to do everything you could, and a poster or a flyer or anything, and to have it out there to get your name out there that much more,
Absolutely. I have a friend who travels around. He's from Alabama, but he's been all over the place. And he had a minivan. It was just some Dodge Caravan or whatever. He painted it up, and he named it Luna. And because of that, everybody sees him. If you see him driving down the street, people know, oh, look, there's Skylar Davis. And, anything and everything. So people get really creative, and it's pretty cool to see just what kind of ideas people can come up with when they're trying to.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Best advice I ever got was from a promoter once. I played a show years and years ago. He told me, even if you were to get yourself blunt wraps and grinders, just stick out. And I've been thinking about it. Custom lighters seem to be the hot ticket these days. So.
Yeah.
Well, I would love to be able to go ahead and listen to another one of your songs. And I know the good people listening back home would like to do the same. So what song would you like to listen to now?
Let's do Back Here. That song hasn't aired, I don't think, on the radio at the moment, because it's, like I say, it's new. It probably won't be a single for a few more months to go right now, but definitely a good song.
Excellent. Well, I am excited to hear Back Here, and I know everybody else is. So let's go ahead and take a listen to Back Here by MX the American on Where in the World is Megan's New Music.
life with planetarial divide. The human civilization is near completion and delete, while the souls of angry rage rage rowdy in the streets. Now comes to our atmosphere a viral consumption of sickness, disease, and fear. In the face of moral humanity, we must be near. And as dawn devils to the dust daily, a new power has emerged. This is now the new normal of living, for the path back here has purged.
Woke up this morning, thinking about what you had said. Didn't get my sleep, couldn't get you out of my head. 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 Dreams of you. 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 Dreams. Dreams of you. Dreams of you. Dreams of you. Check it out.
Cause I'm back here and I'm back home. When the motherfuckers leave me alone, I still keep the city lights gleaming. With the wind in this team, I'm screaming. Straight shuttle on the mother like straight six. Put your vest to your chest, time fix. So heavy just to be back home, back here, back at it, back on.
We are back once again, ladies and gentlemen. Back here, some might say. That was an awesome song by MX the American. Thanks for sharing that one as well.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We appreciate it.
I love it. I love it. So we don't have too much time here together. It's been an absolute honor to be able to get you here on the show and get to listen to your story. Before I let you back off into the wild, I wanted to give you a chance to talk about any future plans, anything that we could be on the lookout for in the upcoming months.
Yes, right now we're working on a video of the song Enemy that's on the album right now, using some of the live footage that we've done on these last few festivals, and along with a theme that we've got going with the song there. Was working on that this morning. We've been working on that the last couple of weeks. Probably have it ready here in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and it'll be ready for premiere, and the single will be coming out on Curtain Call, song called Enemy. We're doing that right now. We're thinking about going up and shooting some other footage for another video up in South Carolina, up in Greer. There's a killer little club up there with some stage. I did some stuff with Nova Omega the other day, a little cameo in a new video they've got. And it was a killer setup that they've got up there. So this club does in this video company, production company. So we're going to go up there, shoot some footage up there. We're starting to work on some new songs. Got about probably another album's worth, actually 2 albums worth of stuff. We got one of those actually kind of laid down, basically the basic ideas to that are laid down, 10 songs. And then we've got another album that we've got probably, I don't know, 6 or 8 songs right now that we're starting to work on. I was hoping to go down to Atlanta this weekend, but we're going to end up doing it probably the middle of the month here and start fleshing those songs out while the drummer Detlef and myself are working on getting the drum parts for the other album that we're working on. There's a lot of material right there, and which is a good thing. Fortunately, we have a lot of stuff, and that we've written over the years. We're older than dirt, so it's worked out good for us as far as being able to write. I guess if everybody wants to say they have a gift, to me, it is writing songs. That's what I've been told anyway. I don't know. To me, it seems like anybody can write a song, but I guess I've been told they don't. And so the biggest thing, like I say, I've got with me is doing that right there and promoting, getting out here and promoting every day. So that's our immediate stuff that we got going on. We're looking at maybe doing another show before the end of the year. And we're also working on a bunch of festivals coming up for the springtime. Reason we haven't got any other shows at this moment, was think we're going to do Carolina Uprising, but it got canceled. There's a few other shows that's gotten canceled here recently. So the spring is what we're looking for as far as getting out. I think something up in Indiana, maybe something over in Pennsylvania there. Michigan, hopefully you're gonna, book a show up there or a couple shows. And then we've got the Metal in the Mountains coming up again in August. We're hopefully be back on the Blue Ridge Rock Festival thing. We're working on getting on Rock Fest up in Wisconsin. And there's, I would say, 5 or 6 other festivals that we're working on right now. So trying to figure out what's going to happen with this virus deal, and when they're going to make sure everything's opened up enough to where we can look at things and put things together. Because the worst thing of all of it is, first of all, the virus is a bad thing, but the putting things together and then they're falling apart, that drives me crazy, and I'm sure it does a lot of other people that are listening also.
For sure.
So that right there's a tough one there. So we're going to try to establish as much concrete stuff as we can for at least a short tour for next year.
Well, I am excited to hopefully catch you on one of those shows. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening out there, make sure you check out MX The American on social media. Check out their tour schedule for next year. Try to catch them at a show. The music we've heard so far has been absolutely fantastic, and I can only imagine how much better it is live. So check out MX The American. We have time for one last song as we close the night out. So what would you like to play?
I'm going to do the song Ghost. It's actually the single that's being promoted right now off of Appalachia Voodoo Factory.
Excellent. Well, I'm excited to hear it, and I know the people back home are as well. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for sticking around.
spinning round and so round. Loving, living, innocent is all we I feel your energy. I see your ghost. Every time I hear it, I keep running from the spirit. The lightning strikes and the thunder rolls. This ain't normal. I just tested paranormal. I feel your energy. I see your energy.